Leisure Activity Committee, February 5th at 12 noon. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Is there any of conflicts of interest?
No.
Seeing none. Approval of the agenda.
Just,
Sure.
Mr. Chair, just under new business,
Yes,
I know we'll be looking at capital project status report, a review of the operational report for 26-27. We've already discussed the capital project for 26-27.
yes.
So I just wanted to follow up. I keep asking about this, the wall of memories for the Simmons Aquarina facility. Just trying to get a status on where we're at under introduction of new business. Don't need to know right now. We can get a report at the next meeting,
Yeah, we can bring that up under new business and have that on the agenda.
add to the agenda for the next,
Okay.
just where we're at and what kind of funding it requires, because I think it would be a capital project and they intersect with operational, so just like to have that out.
What's going on the wall?
The history of Simmons.
And I thought we were doing that whenever the name was gonna be changed. Now the name's not changed.
Nope, it was always part of adding it to the facility.
Cause my recollection was that was going to be the whole history of it because the name was being changed to Murphy or whatever.
All right, back in the day, yeah.
That was still a recognition we were gonna.
I've always been advocating for a wall of memories. Whether the name changed or the name stayed, the name is the same, and I think
Yeah.
we wanted to just,
Okay.
I can provide an update, but we are.
Yeah.
But
we-
can you just do that?
Yeah, I know both, no, that's.
just, I wanted that for
Yeah,
the next meeting.
yeah.
And just the other issue under capital, I know there's a bit of confusion about who's leading the project for the Cody Banks and what's happening there. Maybe, I think the issue here is that the council from the area has been asking now for 5 years, I'm sure, to replace the Sherwood Rec Center, and now we've amalgamated it with the Cody Banks issue or the Cody Banks project. So we got two departments working on it. Just wanna get an update if we can at next meeting, where we're going with it. Under new business, that's.
Who's the lead in that, in other words?
Well, I think there are two leads. There's Parks and Recreation and Public Works. That's my understanding.
So Public Works is the lead, and what I would recommend that the report goes through them. We provide input to them, but they're the lead on, right at this point.
For the rec
So,
center.
so they will be providing, on the whole master plan for the area. And it's gonna break out, like you said, the rec center and Cody Banks, and that's, we're waiting for collecting all the information. So they'll be providing an update, I don't know whether it'll be next meeting, but in the near future as things are moving forward.
And we didn't go through the whole report yet, did we, for the evaluation for?
No, that's
Cody
being done now. Yeah.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
Banks? Excellent, okay.
So.
Just one thing, Council Bernard knows that when we built the Kerry facility, that was a Parks Recreation led project because it included 2 pools, 2 rinks, an athletic center, and then with the Simmons Aquarina facility, I know it was started by the chair of the chair at the time, Councillor Tweel, and then it was taken over by Councillor Bernard. It was always,
The other way around. It was started by Councilor Bernard.
yes,
He gets credit.
no. In terms of the funding, everything that went in place before the election of 2022, I think you were there shepherding and leading the project. So I just want to make sure that Parks and Recreation are part of the joint discussions, and I think that's happening, Frank.
It is
And
happening.
it just, I just need a report for the
Yeah.
next meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
that was a long one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Adoption of the minutes, December 8th, 2025. Oh, did we approve the agenda?
No.
Moved.
Oh, moved by,
Yep.
by Councilor Bernard, second by your worship.
Yep.
Adoption of the minutes, December 8th, 2025. Moved by Councilor Bernard, second
Second.
by your worship.
Yep.
Was there any business arising from those minutes? Councilor Drown?
No.
Thank you, sir. Okay, let's get right into reports. Review of the 2026-2027 Parks Recreation Draft Operational Budget. That's our manager, Frank Quinn, I believe.
Thank you, Chair Ramsey. So you'll see the report there. It just provides a quick overview. We're here to review the draft operational budget and obtain input from the committee. And then once we receive the input, then we'll forward it on to say we're gonna. Forward on to finance, sorry, forward on to finance committee. And then it'll be brought through the process. So you'll see there, this sheet here, so I know you'll have your document there in front of you as well, but we put it on the screen here so you can see it as well. So this page here is just sort of a high-flying review of where things are at, the variance report. So our administration is proposed next year at $434,632. So that is up about, it's up $17,822. And this is due to the wage increases for non-union management and UPSI staff and benefits. Then we go to the programs and subsidies. So their budget is increasing, so it's $953,909 is what we're proposing next year. And that's an increase of $65,398. And this is increases due to UPSI wage increase, programs and equipments, Simmons Pool staff, and revenue, and additional programs offered, casual staff wage increase. So we've been offering additional programming as demands out there. We've also been we've been offsetting that with revenue. You'll see our revenue side is up, that as well. And that, yeah, the Minnesota, it's a majority of that is relating to wage increase and the minimum wage going up. Then we have Cody Banks Arena, which is being proposed at $573,685 for 2026-2027. That's an increase of $57,298. And this increase is mainly due to that we're going to be operating in April this year. And then power and staff costs, QP wages increase, and that was a big one, as everyone realizes. We just in the process of the agreement for QP being ratified, and it hadn't been ratified. They were at the same level since 2022. So it's a 4-year increase that's all being thrown into.
So it goes on for the next 4 years.
No, it doesn't go on for the next 4 years. We just ratified from 2022 to 2026.
Oh, you're up to date with it.
So now we're going back and putting all those wages in,
Okay.
so that's just why it looks like a big jump.
Back pay, okay,
So it
yes,
looks like a
correct.
big jump,
Okay.
and it is a big jump. And then we have Simmons Arena, which is proposed for 2026-2027 is $730,397. That's an increase of $32,622. And the increase is due to arena operations. This has now expanded to April and September. And the new pool, the electrical and water and sewer, propane use, repairs, maintenance for 12 months, and then QP wage increase, so. And in that area too, we've been able to increase revenue as well, so, on all these facilities.
May I ask the question in that, Frank?
Sure, go ahead.
The two arenas, Mike, or maybe Mike can answer. You keep saying we're gonna go into April. What's the purpose of that?
Well, that should actually say May, yeah. We're into May at Simmons, and
Yes.
then we accommodated actually the Islanders in August, so it's actually August and May.
Good.
Sorry.
So, we've got a couple additional months in there that we have never had before, so,
To use the
That's being
pool.
used,
pardon me,
To
that's
use-
with the ice in,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so that helps also though, putting the plant on in August to put the ice in does help heat the pool and keep that a little more operational or a little cheaper operational.
Michael, I thought the heat had its own heat source for the pool. I thought
No.
we had converters,
It's off heat from the plant. Yeah,
Right.
there's a heat exchanger.
so the chiller has to be going to produce the heat. like
Yes,
the
to
old-
produce the amount of heat we want, yes. If it's not going, then it's done by backup heat.
So you do have backup heat?
Oh, yes,
Which
yes,
we never
yes,
had
yes,
before.
Yes, no,
No,
we didn't before.
Cause that pool.
It's
was
always heated, it's
the
just
old
whether
pool
it's
was always
off
cold.
the plant or whether it's off backup.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Cody Banks was not supposed to operate this year in April, but
Exactly.
we,
But we accommodated Alan, the Andrews group, basically. At one point, they were thinking that Cary was gonna be closed down for renovations during April and May. So we accommodated them for April and May. They since decided to forego those renovations until 27. But they then asked us to still stay open for April, so we've agreed to do that for their programming.
So, Frank, did you say there was extra revenue brought in?
So there is gonna be extra revenue, and you will see that down in the revenue side, but there will be for Cody Bank, cause it's open an extra month. And then at Simmons, there is additional revenue, cause now we're open, sorry about that, I should have updated that, open till the end of May, and then we're open in
So what's the
August.
difference between the extra revenue and the extra cost?
On the detail page there, if you'll see there, so if you go into the detail pages, you go to Cody Banks.
If I'm ahead, that's okay, we'll hit it.
Oh, no, you will see it there, so you'll see where, so for example, Cody Banks. We are proposing, it's hard to see here, okay, so Cody Banks, it'll be the top line where it says revenue.
Oh, yeah, you're 65,750 is what you're
So
talking
we're
about.
going
Yeah.
from 262,500, which is the budget, we're forecasting a little higher.
No,
We'll be
what
at
I'm
328.
What I'm asking is, the extra time we're keeping the rink open, I think August and April I heard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think you said that there's extra revenue coming from that.
Yeah.
So what I'm asking is, so what's the cost? to Keep them open for August. And,
It's the additional staff to keep the staff inside instead of sending them out to parks. So it's just staffing costs and then about 12,000 in electrical bill. It's all offset by the revenue, which will likely be,
Because that's what I was asking, it's offset by the.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're good on the revenue, yeah, it's all, yeah.
Yeah, so like the revenue for Cody Banks, for example, is going up from 262,500 to 328,250.
Jeez, making money.
And then
Must be
We're
the
not
council
really.
from the
No,
area.
we're not, we're not.
we're
Council
covering
from
the,
the area promoted.
You're covering it, which is great.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
it, and then
That's all you want.
Simmons is the same thing, we're going up about $40,000 there by the extra revenue, which is covering our additional costs for
But is
expenses.
that the extra revenue from being open, or is that the extra revenue you're proposing for the increases?
There's a small amount in there, which we'll get to that, yeah.
Include it in the number that you're showing us now.
Yes, yeah, I would include everything, so. And then we go to parks, and parks for 2026, 2027, we're proposing just under 3.2 million. And so it's an increase of about 244,000 and change. And that increase is due to the QP wage increase, UPS, overtime, material and supplies, electrical, and then water and sewer. The material and one of our main accounts, material and supplies, costs have gone up. And as we've added more infrastructure, more amenities, requires more maintenance, so. And we'll see that I can go to the detail page here. And then you'll see here with regards to the revenue, it shows that Cody Banks is up to 328,250, which is up by over 65,000. That
That's
is-
proposed though, isn't it, Frank?
Well, part of it is with the additional, so a part of that is the additional, number being open, and then a small part of it is to do with the 2% proposed increase. Yeah, and we'd have to break that out if this wasn't approved or was reduced to space, it would be
Yeah,
reduced.
right, yeah.
The way it's set up right now, it includes it in it.
Yes.
And then Simmons, would be revenue 424,500, an increase of 39,500. Same reasoning for that. Community centers, we're just proposing a 2% increase, so we'd be up.
No,
Says
we're not doing an
0%.
increase for community
No,
centers.
sorry, this is my eyes not
You
working.
need to strap your glasses on there.
Sorry, they're on, they're just not seeing the paper.
You're seeing different numbers.
Print,
Frank
they
must
all
have the Google-
blend together.
Frank's got the Google glasses.
Should've made this a bigger print. Alright, so we're not proposing any increases there, but
Well,
we
that's a
are.
5.
Don't encourage them, your worship.
And the reason why we did an actual correction last year where we got the fees into a reasonable rate, we feel
Yes.
that.
Yes, yeah.
But the numbers, the bookings are still anticipated to be up compared to this year, so there will still be some added revenue, but just not with
And I
the,
assume, Chris, that's why it's 73 and you're projecting for 78.
Correct.
Even though
That's
it's not
right.
an increase.
Yeah. So our community centers are at capacity right now, and you can ask, our staff out there, that's one of the busiest facilities we have, all our community centers. Then we have programming, so programming is being proposed, to move to 152,591, which is an increase of about $50,000, and we are proposing a 2% increase, but the programming revenue has increased as we've been offering more programs. Now, there's more costs with offering programs, and we try to now make programs we offer that we recoup the dollars to offer the program. But Tracy and Brianna have been doing a great job identifying new program needs and filling gaps out in the community, so that's increased our revenue and it has increased our expenses as well.
Okay.
And then sport fields are just a slight increase there, going up to 31,500. And that's opposed to 2%. And then the program miscellaneous and pools, which would be Simmons Pool, we're proposing court increase of 2% and no increase to Simmons Pool. And there's no variance change, that's gonna be, we're saying status quo.
We're still charging at the pool every, not Michael? Or
We do, yeah,
Tracy or Christopher?
$2,
$2.
Yeah.
And there's no pushback in that, was there?
none.
No, because there was reports or there was talk that, we let them go in for nothing and all that, but I mean, everybody can find a 20 somewhere.
Yeah, and if someone comes there, we're not going to be.
No, you're not gonna push them away.
We actually had a lot of people take advantage of our pool pass, like the swim pass for the season, so we had a lot of uptake on that. And then birthday parties and rentals and things like that, so,
Excellent.
yeah,
Good.
a lot of positive reviews for the pool last year, so,
Good. And Natal Day celebrations were great.
yes.
Except for the one picture where, of the grand opening there, you
Yeah,
had.
there was no water in the pool at that time.
I died.
Well, no, we were hoping there was no water in the pool.
You should have seen the waves that were caused by that.
Well, you're floating through the air.
Ice we saw all summer.
So that's the sort of high flying sort of the budget, and as you can see the difference from the total expenses, we're proposing at 5.892796 for this year. And last year was proposing an increase of 417,000. It's around a 7% increase over 2025-2026 budget. But our revenue has increased as well by by a little over 6%, so we're trying to keep them in track when we can. So if you go to the next detail pages, and this, if you have any questions as you go through, you can see sort of where the increases have occurred.
We should ask.
Sorry.
Any questions, Councillor Drong, on that first part? Sorry, I keep forgetting.
No, I'm just following along, that's great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, so when you go into the next page here, and the way it's set up with your revenue and expenses. So as you'll see in administration, which is we don't generate any revenue, but we have the expenses. So you'll see where that's at. So it shows the 434,633 for next year. You'll see the programs revenue, where it's actually we're proposing a little over $50,000 increase. And our projected, you'll see our forecast is actually gonna be up as well, like we projected a really good year this year. So we're aligning our 2027 with what we're forecasting, which is up to $50,000, a little over 50,000. And then the way this is set up, once you get down through the expenses, it gives you the total expenses at the bottom, and then it minuses the revenue and gives you what the actual net expense is. So there is certain divisions in the department that generate revenue and others that don't. So don't hold that against those ones that don't, because the ones that don't generate revenue support the actual divisions that actually that create the revenue. So you'll see here, so you'll just go down, and it's a lot of it's like the salaries went up slightly, and same there, their salaries will have gone up, and it's to do with the minimum wage, it's to do with the UPSI, and also it's to do with just when you offer more programs, you need more staff. But we've been offsetting that as best we can with actually revenue generation. And any major changes there? Subsidies are down slightly. Program equipment has gone up, for program supplies and equipment has gone up about $6,000.
So Frank, your subsidies and grants, your subsidy for minor hockey is not in there, is it?
So there is, I have the detail here, it's all grouped into one sum, I know they used to provide a page that lists every single group,
Right.
that hasn't been linking properly. But I can tell you how much it is if you want to know,
Yeah, so you're proposing 213,000.
for all
Yeah,
all
that's
subsidies.
subsidies, yeah.
That's why I was wondering.
Let's say the lion's share go to hockey.
Yeah.
No, so that's, so I'll give you the breakdown, actually, I can tell you, so hockey is, we budgeted around 82,500.
82?
Yeah, it's 82,485 to be exact. Figure skating is, sorry, that's budgeted, is 45,852, sorry, 45,857.
Okay, so that, is it all included in the two?
Yes.
It's all included in there.
16, okay, no, that's fine, Frank.
Yeah.
What's the big
That's all I
one?
wanna know.
Hockey's not the,
Hockey is the
Hockey
largest
is the
one, yeah,
biggest.
but then we have figure skating, I don't wanna leave out all the sports, they're all important, it's the numbers, hockey, figure skating, speed skating, there's certain sports that get a higher amount of subsidy because they're more expensive to
There's a lot
register.
more clients
Mm.
in hockey.
The highest numbers would probably still be in our soccer. wouldn't it?
Soccer would have the most
Oh, that's
numbers,
right too.
but they only
Soccer's
receive
down.
a $15 subsidy, whereas hockey and skating is $120,
yes,
so.
yes.
So we've been able to maintain the subsidy amounts,
That do with
consistently
fees.
around the same.
Yes.
It's dropped a little bit because one of the larger sports numbers have went down, but yeah, so the subsidy numbers. Our staff are in the process now of reviewing all those, requests. So then we go down here, any more questions on programs, you'll see that it's going up, but we've offset, a lot of it with new revenue.
And Frank, Mr. Chair, Frank, when we look at the revenue, you're not increasing the fees every year, right?
2%,
So this,
So you're going with CPI?
we are,
in the
yes.
range of CPI, yes, and that was something the council did
Yeah.
say, to
Yes.
We did that
that.
with water.
Yeah, and it's, as expenses are going up, we need to at least generate a bit of
It's the
revenue.
best way to stop these huge increases every
Yes,
4 or
no,
5
no,
years.
fully agree,
Yeah.
fully agree.
And it's nominal on a lot of these programs, very nominal increase, even when you do a 2%
If
on
you
it.
look at the recommended ones, it's like $5. It's just
That's right.
easy to maintain for everybody.
Court fees were 25 cents. And a difference, cause yeah, there's such a low
You can't
number.
afford
But
that.
the service that we're into is to provide a service to the community. It's not to make a profit.
That's
It's just to,
That's right.
you know, it's like schools. Schools don't make profits, hospitals don't make profits. It's a service to the community, so, you know, we're trying to balance some of the expenses.
If we
I
can
think
get
if
close
it's
to
two-
breaking even, you know, we're.
If it's
we're
2%,
ahead of the game, really.
Yeah,
CPI?
so which a lot of our things we don't break even, like for example.
No,
we
that's
do-
right.
Yeah, so we subsidize our arenas, we try to subsidize them in the range of 50 is our minimal, but if we can generate a bit more, we do, and for example, Simmons probably does generate more.
I think we budgeted at 58 this year, but
Yeah.
it's always a goal to be 65, so,
58%?
but it's always a goal to get to 65, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
my. So
It's a free walk
minimum
in fact.
50%, we're always a minimum 50% cost recovery,
that's right.
with a goal of always trying to get to 65, no, that doesn't always happen.
yeah.
And I
You know what?
budgeted this year, I believe, at 50.
50%, that's
No, no,
pretty
no.
good.
Then
Yeah,
right
no,
there, you can walk with it.
So,
That's- I mean, a lot of people use it.
yeah, and so in programs,
Cold weather.
so sorry,
Sorry.
no, that's all right, so in programs, we will, depending on the type of programs, we do offer some free programs to allow people to get out and be active, we offer other programs that we do a cost recover at 50%. And then of other ones, if we can do adult programs and have a full cost recovery, that's what we try to do. And there'll be even some youth programs as well, and we're trying to introduce new programs, that will increase the cost recovery, so.
Good.
Cody Banks, so you'll see there, Cody Banks, like you said before, revenue's going up, and that's, the main part of that is due to the actual being open another month. And that's, small part of it's related to 2%. And then the expenses, of course, will go up when you're open another month. But as you'll see there, that the difference, we're saying the expenses will increase to 573,865, but we're actually, the net difference between expenses and revenue is going to actually be down. So we're actually decreasing it to 245.
So the reason I was asking earlier, Frank, I'm just wondering, I know we're talking August and May, if there was a request to have it even longer. It looks like these numbers here that we could and would just about offset.
It could, Cody Banks, April would be, probably the month we would, if we stayed open in May, and we had concerns if we were gonna stay open in May, that
The plan.
Yeah,
the plant and the building is not set up. Simmons, yes, we could stay open longer, but we also do need at least probably a month shut down.
Yeah, ideally, for maintenance purposes and for the health of the slab, we would shut down at some point for a period of time.
So we don't wanna compete also, we don't wanna cause competition with Bell as well, so we
No.
try to
Yeah.
work with them and step in when we need to help them out.
Good to know.
Great, and then, so then you'll go to Simmons, and you'll see that, and Simmons is for a large facility, it is probably more, well, it's more energy efficient, we've got new infrastructure in there. We've got a lot of additional amenities, like the walking track, which, people don't, pay for, and we don't expect them to. It's probably it is the number one user within the facility.
This time of year, it's incredibly busy, very busy.
Lori Devine and friends were out the other
See
day.
Lori from time to time,
Track
yes.
looks great, she said the staff are great, starting to warm up in the place.
Speaking of that, Frank, speaking of that, can we put a couple of benches around the track? So some seniors get tired, they can sit down.
We can-
One
yeah, we can
one in
look
each
at that.
corner, we
Yep.
do that.
We can look at nice ones
Good
there.
idea.
We have one right now, we have the old, if you've seen when you enter there, the old,
It's an original from the old Simmons, that's,
Oh, good.
That's the bench I stood on for years by the
oh,
office.
that one broke.
Oh, haven't sat down so much, never moved.
Some of them, I'm hearing some get quite tired and they're trying to
It's a
get
good
into it.
idea.
They can just have a couple of
Yeah, like I can put a couple at each end of the far side of the track where there's no seating. They can always sit down on the one side because there's seating and there's a bench there, but yeah, I can do that.
Appreciate that.
It's a good idea.
So you'll just see there's, the main would be when you're open 2 extra months, you're gonna increase your, utility cost, lights, water, phone, fuel. But it's like you said, this is a more energy efficient facility, it's quite a different facility, so some costs have reduced, other costs have increased, but we've worked out, I think, the majority of the kinks, in the facility, and there's a few other minor ones we're working out, but
We're at Simmons?
at Simmons, yes.
It's a new facility, it's gonna have some kinks to work out.
But it has been a real, I think
Overall.
99% of the comments we receive have been very positive, which is great,
People were
good to
impressed
hear.
during the spud with it, Michael?
Pardon me?
They were impressed during the spud?
Yeah, overwhelmed, yeah, like I said, like
And to think when you're.
Did you not get there,
vast
Kevin?
majority of the
Kevin?
comments are positive.
Kevin, you did not get there for the spud?
No, you were there taking
I
on
was
the
at the
glory
spot.
in
It's
there.
gonna be a lower track.
That's what it was, but I
Yeah.
mean, that's no track really.
And
Yeah,
Frank,
Bologna.
great staff working there too.
There is, yes, great staff. And then we
Great
go to,
staff at all our facilities.
Oh, no, I know, I'm just gonna say Simmons, we're talking Simmons.
so now we're gonna go to parks. And you'll see that parks generates less revenue, because it's more of it's a service department, a service division. So the revenues generated there is actually related to the community centers, so it gets allocated into the parks budget. So then we go the expenses. The big one here that is really has increased, and it's due to the QP 501 settlement, is for the permanent seasonals and ELS. So you'll see that the wages went up to just over $2 million, and prior to that, it was 1.8 million and change. Benefits, right here now, the benefits are at the same amount, and we're just waiting for the updated document to maybe that number will slightly adjust. But it was too difficult to figure right now, we're doing too much guessing. And then the other big change here is the park maintenance. So we're budgeted last year at 428, we're forecasting they're gonna be 442. And then we're budgeting 465, 408. So that is an increase, but it's been mainly contributed to our material and supplies. That's been a big cost, and we just have no room for if you have a major failure in something, and this year we had, was the lights or?
Yeah, we had some lights at Memorial Field
Memorial
that were
Field.
about $6,000, and then if a pump goes, it's another $6,000, so we can't really accommodate those kinds of costs in our day-to-day budgeting of, lumber and screws.
So that's where that one is, and then that allows for if those are being maintained well, it supports all the programs that are happening, it supports all the users in the parks.
Did we finalize Central Field, Christopher, with the bleachers and the dugouts and all that, is that,
No, that's under capital for
Well, that's under capital.
finalizing
yes, okay.
the work there.
You'll see here that we're proposing a slight our forecast will be a little less in our vehicle equipment and whatnot. but we're proposing the same amount of budget for next year, 205,000. As we have newer vehicles, there's usually less things that break down in them. But having said that, it doesn't take much for having one piece of equipment like a tractor break down and you can spend $5,000-6,000 to repair it. So that's just, we're proposing the same, so there's no change there. And then outside of that, so that's, the rest is pretty well status quo, which the main budget there is associated with the supplies, material, and salaries.
So Frank, you guys look after your own fleet or you go through the fleet manager?
We go through the fleet management, but we have to cover our costs for maintenance. So like, yeah, so that's what this is for, new tires, oil changes,
Inspections.
MBIs,
Inspections.
brakes,
That comes out of your budget.
comes out of our budget, yeah.
Frank, with Mike here, going back to Simmons, another kink that I've heard is something that had to be addressed at Cary, for the Bell Alliance Center, upgrading the sound system. Have you brought someone into,
So
I know it's a
the
metal,
people they brought in,
it's a metal building, it's.
I've tested it many times myself with staff and it works fine. A lot of times it's user error.
Okay,
They have it turned up too high and then it muffles the mic
okay,
and you can't hear anything. It's garbled, garble.
okay.
I put a sign in it trying to show how to use it properly. But people don't read it, they get flustered, it's not working, they turn everything up as high as again, it makes it worse, so.
Okay.
It's been tested under conditions with people who know how to use it properly and it works okay and fine and it's clear and I've had staff in it at all points of the building to make sure everything is being able to be heard and so I have asked Hurdles to come back though and just reconfirm that everything is the way it was supposed to be, but they're the group that did the upgrades at Cary, so.
Right.
It's, yes, it's,
I think that you may have to source someone else. Barry is slowly going into retirement.
yeah,
But somebody else took over his business though. Yeah, yes?
Okay. So
Maybe
you
just
just,
maybe just put a red line, don't go up beyond that.
yeah, I put a picture and an
Governor-
arrow and.
govern himself. Turn up.
And we've had this before in sound systems, when you use Memorial Field, the same thing, it's like people just like to, if something doesn't work, they turn
And
buttons.
Cary's still not the best out there, when I'm out there watching the Panthers,
It's hit and miss,
It is.
a lot of time it's user, like, I was at B for the Spud and I could hear crystal clear in the stands, I've been there 2
Where,
weeks,
at Bell Line or
Yeah.
at Simmons?
no, at Bell Line. And I've been there a couple weeks prior to that and I couldn't understand, at the George Trainer, couldn't understand anything that was being said,
That's right,
right? But 2 weeks later, it's working perfectly,
okay.
so. But yeah, I'll continue to look into it and make sure it's functioning properly though.
Thank you, Frank, thank you for your service.
So, not quite, we still have more with under that report, so.
No, Councilor Bernard, got a question.
It's on Simmons too, and I know there's a lot of good comments about Simmons, but one of the negative comments I hear, and I'm wondering if we can lease it out or whatever, is canteen. There's not many choices to canteen. Can we not lease the canteen out?
So we're looking
Good.
right now, and we're looking into expression of interest. So
Yeah.
we've been trying to do approach right now. We have a vending machine outside that allows some options there. We're actually looking at putting a coffee, self-serve coffee thing as well, so when someone, the canteen's not open. The canteen itself, we're looking at what can be done in that, and if we need to do upgrades to it to allow for things like, for example, fries, that kind of thing. So we're gonna sort of go out and see, okay, what type of interests are out there before we go and look at, okay, overhauling the canteen space. It was the biggest thing at the time was the venting for deep fryers and what was going to be very expensive. But
That's
we
the
are,
only, that's the only downfall I hear a lot of, is the canteen.
And then
no
this-
choice to get all kinds of people in there, there's really not much to eat, every other can.
So this was a concern I had before we started building this building. And it's a wellness community facility for active, so the thought was that we shouldn't have fried foods.
I remember.
And knowing the culture of PEI, I knew that was gonna be an issue. And it now has become that issue, right? So we don't have, like Frank said, we don't have vents for fryers, we don't have a commercial grill to do burgers or anything like that. So if we were going to outsource this, that would all have to be upgraded, whether it's through the service provider that takes on the contract
Yeah.
or done internally before providing that contract.
The other thing too though, Mike, is the hours. A lot of times,
It's not open during the day for the walking track, that's why we're putting in a coffee machine and we put in the vending machine for something to be there, but we could open it during the day, we'll lose money on it, but if that's something I can try to find staff. Most of the staff are high school or university students, so a lot of time they're not available during the day, but if that's something we wanna do, I could certainly find more
I think if
staff.
you're already going out for
We-
interest, I think if some interest comes in to lease it, that's.
Yep.
That's for the city,
Mm.
we make some revenue off it, they supply what they know people are looking for. And they supply the staff.
And it's just one of those things, it is different when you're in a larger city where there's more options for food and whatnot. That's where, when it's smaller rural community or a smaller community, the rinks, canteens
It's
is
a
often.
restaurant.
It's like a restaurant, that's a,
You go to Rustico.
Yeah,
yeah,
well, yeah.
yeah, so,
Are you going to Monica? Oh, baby, you get quite a meal there.
Well,
Anyway.
a lot of the arenas have backwoods burgers and
Yeah.
right out of the arena, right? It's a restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the biggest
So-
thing about, oh, sorry, Terry,
No,
I'm glad you hit on that, because I talked to Mike about this a lot, is that, a lot of these people, it goes at 5 o'clock, their hours, and they would like a load of fries after the rink or something, you know. Beep, 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 you know, because little Johnny's there, he's just getting off the ice between 4 and 5 or 5 or 6, right? It's all supper time.
Totally understand
Yeah,
that.
that's the big thing, yeah.
I knew that was gonna be
Yeah.
concerned, like I said, and
That's right.
Should have pushed harder, Mike.
it's a wellness, like there's two sides.
No, you should have pushed harder, Mike.
so ultimately, at the end of the day, we are looking into
Subs
it
or
and
something like that.
No, that's
what,
good.
what we come back with options,
Subs is
it's,
a
the
good
biggest
idea.
thing is to make it a profitable thing, we don't wanna be losing
Yes.
money.
No,
Even
I
even
agree.
right now, our canteen at Cody Banks, we break it even? Probably lose money.
Slightly to the good, but it's a
and
break-even
same with
process.
Simmons, same with
basically.
Simmons as well, it's like,
That's right.
so it's hard to get someone to come in there and operate a business if they're only gonna
Yeah,
break even.
Okay, and my other one that I want to bring up, and it's a real pet peeve for me, to be honest with you, and I thought we dealt with it last year. Kinda wondered if it was just gonna be words, and it seems to be. So I go out to Cary for tournaments and that, and there's no heat on. The seniors in that freezing. But when you go to a UPI game, the heat's always on. I go to our rinks during the tournaments, the heat's on. And that was part of the subsidy we said last year. So what, my understanding last year, they were gonna put notes up, and if people wanted the heat on, they just had to ask. Well, there's no notes, they don't know where to go. Nobody knows where to go, Carrie, there's no signs of nothing. So it's a pet peeve of mine. We have seniors going in to watch the grandkids play and they're freezing. And we pay for the facility, we pay for the heat,
just Carrie you're talking?
it's Carrie I'm talking. So we have to come up with a better contract or something before we give their allotment of money this year. It's not a big deal. And I know it can't be on all the time, I know you don't wanna get to the point where it starts to affect the ice, but from what I'm seeing, the times I'm out there, and plus what I'm hearing, it's very rarely on. And being at the Ringhead tournament, being at the tournaments I was at, it's not, they're not turning it on.
Yeah, I don't know what how they operate those heaters, to be honest. I'm not sure what the hours are or why they are turned on or not turned on. Sometimes I'm there, they're on, sometimes I'm there, they're not. I'm not sure the rhyme or reason for it, I don't.
We
not
can
sure.
just try, Michael reach out, just try to find out the details on it, so we understand.
Get the criteria from me, cause I'd really like to know before this next budget.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Frank.
So, just continuing on the operational budget, there's a number of small little reports, and we've already sort of alluded to them. You will see that there is the Simmons Sports Center proposed increase of 2%, so there's an attached report there. And they run in the range of 2%, so the couple times when we're trying to actually make the number an even number. And there's a couple times that there is no increases, we feel that the actual rate is at the fair market value. So you'll see the prime, the non-prime, minor sport prime, and then the minor sport non-prime rate.
Okay.
Those are the main ones, and then the noon hour rate, which is moving up to slightly above 2%.
NHL Street Ball Hockey Program. What was that at?
That must be on another report, is it?
It's under programs.
Oh, it's under programs, yeah, so
Go
we'll,
ahead here.
yeah, so you're ahead of me, there you go.
Uh,
So that's that one, and we'll go to Cody Banks, and we'll be at yours in 1 second there, Councilor Bernard. So then we actually have Cody Banks, and the rates are around the 2% as well. And just to make even numbers, you'll see that it fluctuates between 1.7 and 2.45. But their rates are, and those rates are slightly less. They're less than Simmons because it is an older facility, and the other one is a prime state-of-the-art facility. And then we go to the next one where Councilor Bernard is at, is to do with the fees for the program registration fees, sport fields, tennis and pickleball courts, rental increases. So you'll see our ball fields, the different rates there, and they're very nominal when you do a 2% increase over those. Tournament fees, very nominal increase as well. And then we go to our tennis courts, and it's just it is, how much of an increase is it? 2%, like, so it's 5 cents increase. Am I correct there, Chris, in reading that?
Yes.
And then lights huge is, you know, we're increasing that by 10 cents. So it's just like, for example, a court rental fee is $1.45. And then an actual light usage fee is $5.85 per hour.
Wow, what a deal.
So, and it's,
Expensive, isn't it?
part of these fees are to actually help with the booking process, and that's the biggest thing, is if you actually charge something, people then have to book it, and you're at least recouping a few dollars from it, but. Then we go to our program fees here, and the NHL Street Ball Hockey Program, Tracy can speak to that, but that was a new program we started last year.
Yeah, just, where did they play that at?
So we play that outdoors at the West Royalty Community Center on the outdoor multi-sport surface, and Mulberry as well, yeah.
And how come they don't play it in Hillsborough Park?
Well, we did it last year at those two arenas, but it certainly could be moved around.
Yeah, cause I
Yeah.
do get requests for that a lot too.
Yeah.
It's great.
And
Great program.
hopefully it grows and we have more participants
Oh,
and we
yeah,
do,
'cause you have
and
that
we do,
option of
yeah, branch out
going
to
third
add a
rink,
third
right?
rink, yep.
Okay. What made you go to that one? Cause that was the second one, Bill. Hillsborough was the first. I'm just wondering what made you go to West Road?
I think
Because our equipment
historically,
and everything
and
was
yeah,
there.
and I think
A lot of our equipment is housed out of the West Royalty Community Center, so it was sort of a home base, and then we went to Mulberry because it was the dasher board system.
What equipment for what?
Like, we would store our ball hockey sticks and our nets, and the staff were based out of there with their
Goalie gear.
jerseys and goalie gear and all that stuff too, so. And Hillsborough was under construction last year, right,
Read
too,
that
so.
story out there. Read that story out there too. Anyway, look at it. Look at
yeah,
it. A
absolutely.
lot of kids out there.
There is-
So if you can have both places, it'd be great.
We have two now, do we not? Did you say Mulberry Park?
Yeah, we use Mulberry as well.
Might help.
Yeah, in West Royalty.
So we can look at moving it around, like we
Yeah,
just, those were two
definitely.
last year. There is also, there's a few little surface things I think we need to look at Hillsborough, where there's a few bit of settling and whatnot along the boards and stuff, so I think there was a few things that needed to be done to that last year, wasn't there, gates?
The gate was falling off.
Yeah, so there's a few things, so that's the
Some
reason why, but
asphalt.
we'll, once it's all up and going, we'll look at moving that. Having it at, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same location each week, we can move it this location, that
Those little
location.
bumps along the boards when you're playing ball hockey, that's just, you can make a nice pass and use that.
Yeah, there you go.
It works out good.
But it was, I think there was a few maintenance things needed to do on it last year, was regarding the gates and a few other things.
Okay, thanks.
But it's being used, well, is it Trace?
Pardon?
It's being used, the NHL thing, or?
Yeah, last year we had about 130 kids
Excellent,
participate. Yeah.
excellent.
No,
This
I
is
think
another
that's why
option
I
for
think
them,
it's
right?
great. I'd say that'd be a great program.
Oh,
They
it
did a
is.
really
A lot of
cool
movement in there,
jersey
too.
and everything with
Great.
it too, yeah, so
Nice,
it's.
nice.
So it was something with new, we used to do a ball hockey program, this sort of elevated the program.
Okay.
That's what it did, so.
Very
So you'll
good.
see the other ones is like badminton, golf, intra-sport, mini basketball, the play program, pickleball, and swimming lessons, those are the youth programs. And then you'll see the day camps, slight increase there, the adult programs, the 2% slight increase there, and then our seniors, fitness programs.
Any questions, Councilor Drown? Are you still there, Councilor Drown?
Yeah, I have to take, turn my mute button on and off, so.
Okay.
I don't have any questions, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Where's your senior fitness programs at?
So we run a few different ones you'll see there. So we have a couple that run out of Simmons. So we'll have Strength and Motion that run there, and then both of our chair and seated yoga programs. And then the Foundations for Life is run over at Hillsborough.
So the ones that are at Simmons, that would be in the large room,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah.
So we're using that.
We are using the multi-purpose
Yeah.
room, yeah. We've
then
moved
we-
from West Royalty, we still do some programming at West Royalty, but we were able to move from where we were renting at Park Royal and downtown, we were at Trinity and then we're at Holland College, so we moved
So
those
you don't have to pay
programs.
the rental.
That's right,
Good stuff,
yeah,
good
so
stuff.
we moved to Simmons.
Okay, well, thank you.
Quick to staff, isn't it?
And
Good
again,
stuff.
I mean,
a
you're
lot of,
welcome
here.
I got a lot of positive comments from those specific individuals in those programs
Oh, I'd say
of that room and how
Nice.
great
I mean,
it
you know
is
what,
and
programs here I
accessible.
didn't know we offered, I think
It's
it's
right near my
awesome.
house.
Just
Yeah.
awesome.
We're piloting 2 programs as well this winter, Groove, which is like a fitness dance style class, and a Go dance for seniors. And both of those are piloted, a 10-week program at a Simmons this winter.
You almost should put my name in both them, man.
Instructor.
They were there today, Kevin, you would've looked good in that class.
My guy wouldn't look good no matter what you did to me. Okay, Frank? Thank you.
Alright, so that's the end of the actual operational budget items. Oh no, it's not actually, sorry, there was one we didn't, we'll have to insert into your folder. Do you have that there, Christopher? The new initiatives?
Yes.
So we just, they were having issues with getting these to actually formulate properly, so that's just why they didn't get sent out, but we're able to figure it out and fix it. So Christopher will bring up the actual 3 new initiatives that we're proposing.
Okay, Christopher, go ahead.
I'm coming.
I know you won't be able to see Bob, but you can, or sorry, Councillor Duran, but you can listen to.
I can imagine, thank you.
There you go. So the first one is with regards to Simmons Artificial Turf Field attendance. So the field is anticipated to be open by August 1st. Once we open it, we will have to have field attendance to ensure that user groups are following the rules, dealing with any safety requirements. So you can read that there. So it's and also looking after bookings to make sure if a group's there, they're actually paid and booked. And then setting up equipment, monitoring the field conditionings. They'll include also light maintenance, like picking up garbage, reporting any issues, and providing assistance during activities and events. So for this year, it would be from August 1st to November 15th is what we're proposing. And 2017, of course, or 2027, it would be, or would figure be earlier and then go to the same November.
On
We're-
that, Frank, Mike, when that field is open, like, let's say football or soccer or something, are they gonna be changing, or are they gonna be allowed to go in Simmons to change, or did we look at that part of it?
We have to discuss that yet. We'd be looking at
Okay.
allocating, if it's a football that needs actually access to a changing room, then they would work with the arena to align that
Okay.
up. But yeah, so it'll be coordinated through programs, cause they'll be doing the bookings. And then if that request comes up, then Tracy would
So I
send
would
them.
imagine that'd be one question that we will be
But when
getting.
we built Simmons, we did put an allocation on the back.
That's what I thought.
Change the rooms and washrooms.
We have we have 6 dressing rooms, we have washrooms, so there will be public access to washrooms, but the dressing room, they would utilize one of the dressing rooms in
Okay.
Simmons.
All
And
right,
we have access through a door on the side there too, I think.
Put in the new pathway there too, so.
right, okay,
in front
thank
of the
you.
building.
So that's for the field attendant, the first year would be $20,000. And we will be generating revenue, so there will be another revenue generation initiative coming forward. Just still researching the fees and trying to do a fee structure system, so we haven't got that to bring forward yet, but we will be generating sufficient revenue to cover all expenses and actually making some money, cause we'd like to create a sinking fund for.
Which is we need, yeah. You see what happened with EPI, so.
Yeah, so then the next one would be is item 2, and this is so the turf field maintenance and electrical. So once we have new lights, there will be, of course, electrical cost, and then all ongoing maintenance would need to be covered as well. So it could mean like some specialized items that need to be done, but it's just like, you're gonna have extra garbage cans, you're gonna have a potential, anything could happen to the field, so it's just having a small amount there. The biggest cost there will be the lights.
Okay.
And So that's that, and then the third one is to do with the, it seems like we're focusing a lot on Simmons, but the next one is to do with the full-time ice maker and maintenance staff person at Simmons. So right now, there is 2 full-time arena staff and then 1 seasonal arena staff that works 38 weeks. As we just mentioned, the facility's staying open longer into the end of May and opening in August. So the length of when we need staff has extended. And then also, and depending, it could even be open ever, but if at the period of time in the summer that we don't need that staff person there, they would go out to parks.
Okay.
And that's what happens right now at Cody Banks, and also the staff person, they work a lot in the winter time, they don't take any vacation because we don't want them to, kind of thing, so those staff, permanent staff will take their vacation in the summertime, so. Will impact, so that, going from a seasonal to a permanent the difference is $38,850.
Okay. Any questions? No? Good.
Yes, get a job, or he's out of a job.
Right, is that one for the new
That's
initiatives?
it's all for the operational budget, so that's.
So we're looking at approximately $60,000 for those 3 items,
That's pretty awful.
approximately.
Yeah, it's
58, 10, and
$68,850.
Okay, thank you. It's not too bad. New initiatives. CAO to sign off on that.
All the time,
Overall increase, I think a little over 300,000.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is our operational costs, and if we'll go down to it, we have to look at, revisiting a few items we can, but it'll be big thing is once you start cutting, you can cut small amounts, but once you start having to cut larger amounts, you're gonna have to reduce services and that's just, this is what we feel things are right now based on where our budgets and forecasting. The forecasting could get a little tighter as we have sort of get closer to the end of the year and have paid bills, we can sort of see where we might have some other savings, but.
Okay.
The cycle ends the end of March, so you probably have a good idea what it's looking like now.
Yeah, we're getting close, kind of thing, but it's just, it's the way our accounting systems work kind of thing, you have to get it all updated in the document, and then if you've done forecasting, you have to revisit that forecasting and reduce that, so. I feel that we're pretty good, we went through Great Plains and through our e-requester system for action to see where we're at, so we feel comfortable where we're at. But there could be a few things with regards to equipment that happens that we need, to deal with, but.
But with 6 weeks left though, you could probably get a good idea if it's gonna be a $300,000 surplus or $50,000.
Yeah, well, we'll tighten it up here, yeah, it's just so for example, the bills, you don't get the bills to the end of the month, so we're just paying bills now from January, they don't always get uploaded, so that's what ends up happening, so really we're still have sort of 3 months we're forecasting for, unless some bills did get paid in January and got uploaded, so.
Okay. Next.
So the next one is the capital project status report. I have not had the opportunity to update, and I will update that. There's not a lot of changes since December, but there will be a few.
Okay.
I'll
Fair
just- I wanna keep you up to speed in that since we are getting next to the year. So I will.
You go through the one in December again, I mean,
So there will be some changes, what I'll try to do is I'll try to highlight where the changes are, so you don't have to read the whole document. I know it's an interesting document, it's 5 pages, but.
that's pretty important for all accounts.
Okay, dogs off leash.
Dogs off leash concerns. Now, as you're all aware, this was brought up at a council meeting on January 13th. And I felt it was worth just to give you sort of an update for information purposes, so you sort of know where things are at right now. And it was raised by Councillor Beck at the actual council meeting. And it was a member of the public that was injured trying to restrain her dog, which was on a leash when another dog was running towards them that was not on a leash. So council at the time asked for us just to look into investigate this incident and provide an update on actions that can be taken to address this concern. So we were made just aware of the incident just prior to that council meeting and had already reached out to the bylaw control officer and the CAO on January 12th, since police, as you're aware, is responsible for enforcement of the dog control bylaw, which they contract out to the PEI Humane Society. The bylaw control officer was in communication with Humane staff, Humane Society staff. And then both Humane Society and the bylaw control officer provided responses to the concern received. So they took the incident serious and responded as quickly as they could. So since that, I've had conversations with the bylaw control officer to discuss possible options to assist with public awareness and enforcement. The Parks and Recreation Department staff have inspected the "You Must Keep Your Dog on a Leash" signs that are placed in Victoria Park. There are currently 4 signs installed. It was decided that we needed to increase the number of signs and place them in areas where we are experiencing issues. So we are looking at that. In addition, we have updated the signs so that the meshing is clear and direct. And you'll see that we attached the sign.
Yep.
So if you want to scoot to that, Christopher. So there's a new sign. Show small that they're up to you. So it just has, so the change we made, so the top part, "You must keep your dog on a leash." The logo in the middle previously used to be a little not as clear. So we've updated that where it's a person where the actual person it's connected to the dog. So you're keeping it on. If you'll see our old signs, it wasn't quite that way. We also put in failure to comply with the Charlottetown Dog Control Bylaw may result in a fine, so that people are aware that there is a dog control bylaw.
Are we going to stop by saying you may be fined?
It's up to
Or
police
should we
and
say
Humane
you will
Society.
be fined?
No, well, it's up to, it's ultimately, it's up to the Humane Society and the bylaw control officer, whether,
When you're dealing with this certain.
yeah, kind of thing, and it's a big, so that's, and then what it shows here too, we put the QR
I
code.
just sent you a picture.
So we put the QR code there now that actually allows you can take a picture on your phone and it'll link you right to the bylaw.
Okay, excellent.
So, which is
Okay.
something, so we,
And we're putting more signs up, you said we had 4, but we're increasing that?
yeah, so, sorry, I'll get you there, so yeah, so where this will assist then the Humane Society with enforcement, and police. The new signs have already been ordered, and they'll be installed within the next couple weeks. We'll inform the bylaw enforcement officer when they're updated. And also city police is working on a communication plan for public awareness. We're looking to probably adding another, replacing the two of the existing signs and adding probably another 6, so probably gonna have about 10 signs in Victoria Park. And we feel that's a good number. And then we'll identify where, if there's still spots we're having problems there, we'll see maybe a sign needs to be moved or whatnot. It is a large park.
Yeah, and Frank, I've had the issue, and I think you know, quite a few times, between the trail between Acadian Drive goes through to St. Peter's Road. And I just sent Chris a picture. I took this picture when we were in Whistler. Because they put it on the both ends before the trail starts, at each end. I took it as of interest because I think my thought at the time was this is what happens in that trail quite a few times. And I think some people may just think, oh, my dog's friendly, I don't need a leash. And guess what? Sometimes the ones on a leash when that other one's coming at them, they're very defensive. So I'm wondering if we can get something with this on each end of that trailhead.
Yeah, so what we're gonna look at, we're going with the clear direct ones right now, so the other signs we have, we're gonna be putting those up at each sign, that's what we're looking at. We are looking as part of the campaign that we're looking at making some signs like this that are sort of visually interesting, but we don't wanna lose the message, and that's what we're finding right now. Right now, we need to tell people that enforcement.
The reason I
and-
like this one, it's not just a foot and a foot wide. That's
I just had one too.
size.
Yeah, so that'd be 12 by 18, so that's what our new signs are gonna
Oh,
be,
yeah?
12 by 18, so they're 12 inches
That's
wide.
bigger than that. It's a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, I'd have to,
That's actually on a for sale post. One of those for sale posts.
yeah, so I'd have to look to see, just
Oh,
by
yeah.
looking at it, yeah, no, it's not 12 by 18, what are they?
Real estate folks.
Yeah, so we're looking at the sizing right now, so we're putting some in, we'll have different sizes, we'll put in different locations that for visual purposes. And so right now, we're starting with Victoria Park, and then we're going to be, as we get into the spring, look at putting them in other areas we know that are problem areas and replacing signs.
Yeah, no, and I thank you for that. It's just that it's very difficult to police, I mean, you know, to ask for a bylaw officer to be walking through the trail, I mean, it's just very difficult to do, and a lot of times it's after hours when people get home from work, they go for a walk or our bylaw officer is off. So, but I think that would go a long way. if you wouldn't mind having a look at that.
And I'm pleased, Frank, that you mentioned that once we get Victoria Park done, you're gonna look at other parks.
We are, yeah, we're just trying to.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
I think you have.
And signs won't necessarily be everywhere, cause it's like you can't, there's 100 some properties, or how many properties have, so, but they're going to be in areas where we know that there are some issues, some problems and that kind of thing. And if someone phones us and we need to put a sign up, but like, there will be certain areas too that are very difficult to police, like you mentioned, that trails there, and so you're not gonna have people walking in through the trails, but we hope that if there's a sign at the front entrance, that people will be respectful of that. And if someone brings it to their attention, you know, that, and if there is a problem spot, we can let, you know, the,
They can make the complaint,
Bylaw
the person
control,
can
not
still be
someone.
charged.
Sure. Okay, that's great work on that one.
so it's still work in progress, but we're making success. I just wanted to let you guys know
Yeah,
that
no, appreciate
we're
that.
working closely with the city police on this matter.
Thank you.
Councillor Duran, you have any questions on that item?
No, I don't, Captain, thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, we go to D, the minutes for your senior engagement committee are in your package. And the youth engagement committee minutes are also there.
Thank you.
There was one item under the seniors engagement committee, and that was brought to my attention, and they're wondering if we could, so Wi-Fi in senior homes, sometimes, or I guess in some of the homes, there's no Wi-Fi in common areas in provincial funded homes. And one of the committee members have asked, you know, could we look at drafting a letter from either this department or from the city to just, you know, that they make this a priority, and I'm not sure
What's the
what.
problems that putting the Wi-Fi in the senior homes?
Well, just that we, you know, we would be,
Yeah, we're getting requests or.
well, we're just saying, it's been something that's been brought from the seniors engagement committee that, you know, there's been some concerns brought forward that there's not necessarily Wi-Fi in the common areas of seniors' homes, and I believe, you know, my understanding, DL might know, but I think it was reached out, Brianna has reached out to the to an individual in there, and so that it is something they're looking into, but just thought that it might, if it comes from you know, city council, just say we want, you know, to give serious consideration to this.
Should
We're not
that come
telling them
from
what
us,
to do.
Brad, or from you?
Well, I think, first of all, if I can interject, I mean, I think I'd be okay with sending a letter off requesting it, that you heard the place. It is their jurisdiction.
Yes.
It's their responsibility.
Yeah.
A letter coming from our seniors advisory committee suggesting that we could send that forward and say, here's what we're hearing complaints on, can you people please look at that? I don't think that's a big issue, I think they will deal with it.
Yeah.
I think so too.
So that's what I wasn't sure, so it either could come from, like, really the committee is just an advisory group, so it
Yes,
could be that it was sent to us and it could come either from our committee, or it could come from the CAO or council.
Yeah. okay, we'll certainly look into that.
Probably, to me, it would come from council, it comes from CAO.
Yeah,
It's a request
that's what I was
from the
thinking.
senior advisory. Brad can look it up to that province. Does that sound okay, Brad?
Yeah, 100%. The details from more on.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll have one of my staff draft the letter up, and
Okay, excellent.
and then last is just the youth engagement committee.
Yeah, we got all the minutes are in your package and that one too, also. Introduction of new business. CAO.
Well, just as we're talking about that seniors, you know, internet access and way we can play a part in getting seniors involved, and this is an idea of kind of had for quite a long time about bringing people with disabilities or people that don't have, you know, mobility into some of the excitement and vibrance of our city. And so I think there's a lot of opportunity there of, you know, through our eWatch program to be able to, you know, broadcast either through a website or through an app, like to let seniors that are in facilities or people with disabilities be able to watch a cruise ship pull into a port, to be able to live stream the festivals that are going down.
Nice, that's a nice idea, yeah.
And be able to see what's going on, a window into the city. You know, piggyback off of the large infrastructure that we already have in place.
And they can probably see when the plow's coming down, plow their street too.
All those types of things that we have the ability, all the ability to do, but I don't wanna get too hard in the weeds
No.
today, but I just, you know, as you brought that up, it's just a reminder to me that that is something I think that would be very well received by.
No, it's a great idea. It just reminded me, because we did talk years ago, and I'd say we're probably getting closer to 10 years ago now, where we were setting up a system here that you actually could track the snowplow, because we were putting in the GPS in all the plows and all the contractor plows. Part of that, and I know I'm kind of getting off track here, folks, it's more public works, but that was a great project, and I don't know where it stalled. But the whole idea of that was to be able to, clients, residents, whatever, could go on, see where the plow is, see how close it's coming to the street.
That's just a small part of it, Terry, I think, and like, you know, just people to be able to see what the traffic is like at the bridge.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah.
like little things, right, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a good idea, I like it,
Like, you know, we've built the infrastructure and the homes of it, we're just give the community a window into some of it in a controlled way. I think is good, especially for people with disabilities.
Yeah.
I have an older sister that's stuck in a senior's home, you know, what's going on, to give them the ability to see what's going on in real time across their city and
No, I think it's good, I think there's
Those are all good points.
probably a lot more uses.
Let me look into that, and
But, yeah.
would that be under us, or would that be under everybody?
I think it would, something we're hoping to flush out maybe through the Innovation Task Force.
Okay, yeah.
Look for where we could actually
Sure.
put that together, but several departments would have to.
Yep, no, that's great to hear
Hey,
that.
one thing,
Okay,
And just on that, we do a lot of, and Tracy's doing a lot of work going into the seniors' homes and whatnot, collecting information, so that's been something they've been working on.
Yep.
Getting feedback and information, so.
okay. That's good work. Any other business? Counselor Drown, you're okay?
Yeah, I'm perfect, thank you.
Oh, perfect, whoo, baby. Okay, we call for adjournment. Moved by Counselor Bernard, second by Counselor Drown.
Perfect, thank you very much, Kevin.
Thank you, everybody, have a great day.